school.
Man, we've been
Listen,
riding to the wheels fell off.
yeah. Well, we used to be in the cafeteria, listening, beatboxing and stuff.
Man,
Um,
that's where it all started, man.
yeah,
The
yeah,
beatboxing, the freestyling. It was like the Justice League.
yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
band, orchestra,
Oh yeah.
chorus, everybody came together. It was like a music fest.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I just want to start with some history about Musiq Soulchild. He came from like that Philly movement, like the Roots and Jill Scott. Remember Jill Scott came out around that time too.
Sir,
Yeah.
Jill Scott, my lord. Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, all those artists, they came from that like Jazzy Jeff, um, that camp, like Dre and Vital, them that
Mhm.
the producing production group.
Um, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So I probably talk from more like a producer music standpoint. You probably talk from like a general standpoint. So yeah, so we
Yes,
just
sir.
we just
Yeah,
freestyling,
I'm just flowing with it.
Yeah, so he came from Philly, and it's really he was really unique in his style when he first came out. Nobody really sounded like him because he kind of blended that hip hop with the soul, kind of
Yes,
like
sir.
when Mary J. Blige came out. So how was what song did you first hear when he first came out?
It was Love.
Love. Okay. Okay.
Love. I heard Love um at a wedding.
Mhm.
There's a lady at our church. Her name is Daphne. Daphne, if you're out there, hello, how you doing?
Oh yeah.
Heard that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
you remember
Yeah.
Daphne, yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Dancer's daughter.
Mhm.
Um, and then shout out to NSU.
Yeah.
My uncle had graduated, Jeffrey Hunter, and we took the bus to go to see him
Mhm.
at the stadium. So there was this young lady about my age, and she
Mhm.
was like sitting across from me, and she was with her pops.
Oh, okay.
And I had these butterflies or whatever, but they was playing music on the bus,
Yeah.
and Love
Yeah.
was on the speakers.
Yeah.
So I just had this nervousness. I wanted to speak to her, but
Uh-huh.
because like her father was very protective, and I was nervous at the same time. But she actually sat beside me. Her
Uh-huh.
father was right there, but she was right beside me. And my grandfather was in the back and said, "Go ahead, son. Go ahead, grandson." You know what I mean, like that, and embarrassed me. But that song "Love" came on. So and then I requested "Love." My cousin, he was like, "Man, just request Love because you can request Love on 95.7 R&B."
Uh-huh.
So that was my first song I requested, and I
Okay.
was nervous because I was like, "Dang, like and I had this. I'm not gonna mention her name, but I had this girl in mind who
Mhm.
I wanted to send a request to. But yeah, so what about
Yeah. All right. What's up, Trey? I see you in uh shout out to T Minor Beats and Tattoo Foot Cherry. I see you in the chat in the live. So
you? Hey, how y'all doing?
appreciate you viewing it. So we're gonna get straight into it.
All right.
A lot of a lot of people, kind of underrate Musiq Soulchild as far as an artist, his artistry. And I feel, I've been watching some of his interviews. He feel like it seems like he feel like a lot of people, you know, they try to put him in a box. Because fans, they want to hear what they want to hear. But
Right, right,
he's real versatile. He might go from straight hip hop to R&B to those,
right.
them classic slow ballads that we love to hear. And
Yes,
I
sir.
remember, yeah, and I remember when I went to Hampton Coliseum to, listen to him in concert with my wife, Lynette. He had a huge catalog, and people don't
Right,
recognize how much big of a catalog he has. You know, from Love to I Do to
right.
it goes on and on. So we're gonna basically be going through his whole catalog.
All right.
So we gonna start with Just Wanna Sing, you know, and I got all the CDs right here.
Okay.
Just Wanna Sing. Yeah. So
Word,
we gonna go
bro.
straight.
Well, why you got the look? Why you got the CDs? I got it on Spotify, so I got all the albums on Spotify. So
So you the new school, I'm the old school. So
yeah, I'm rapping for the new school, the people who rock with Musiq Soulchild, but they didn't, during the time when we was listening to it, they're just like, listening to it like now or like a couple of years.
hmm Yeah, it ain't
So
not
yeah,
like it ain't not like getting that that physical copy and looking at the credits and so forth.
right.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, I do have some Musiq Soulchild CDs, but I don't have them on standby. But
Oh,
like you said,
yeah.
uh, it's nothing like the physical copy.
Yeah, yeah. And I love like, you look at the artwork, like a lot of his albums is like real creative the way they look.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
so
sir.
so to start from the beginning, like none of his albums was a disappointment. It's like no song,
100.
all the songs had a storyline, all the songs had, something to think about.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and from it, talking about long lasting love or talking about, breakups, uh,
Yes,
like
sir.
like if you leave, songs like that. So he
Man,
covered a wide variety of different things. So all right,
sir.
so we go to I Just Want to Sing, go through that album.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look at the playlist. 'Cause I don't remember the order, straight up.
Okay.
So we always love his scratch interludes like that straight up. It spells out his name, M,
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so the first song was "Girl Next Door." Um, I remember this. I really remember this. Well, I remember this album because this was actually the first album I ever bought. Like the first album,
Yes,
and I
sir.
and I still got it 20 years ago. I mean, 20
Woo.
years,
Man,
later, 20 years later. So it's
classic.
it's really timeless. And that's like the only album I could play at home because I'm from a religious household, so it was safe. Yeah, you a PK kid too, so it was like the only album you can play around and and stuff like that. So Girl Next Door, it at the time I had a crush on the girl next door, and
Right.
shout out to her. She went on to do great things, and the girl next door,
Yes, sir.
thought about that girl next door, and she did play basketball too, cause that line said girl that love to play basketball, and then when it go to that part where it said Tanya Hall, you put her
Uh-huh.
name, you put her name. You had like a girl like a neighbor like when you hear that song?
I do.
Oh yeah,
I do. And uh, you know, um, now she wasn't necessarily next door. She was
uh-huh.
diagonal from me, but she was still in the neighborhood. So yeah, it
Yeah, yeah. When you
definitely
yeah
fit.
yeah we was like in sixth grade when that came out, and we would think about our crush, and yeah, the girl beside me, I would think about her, and we used to play basketball all the time. So it like songs like that he wrote. It really hits home. It's like everyday life. And
Yes,
I
sir.
and I see that Jill Scott co-wrote it too. I ain't,
Oh
I
wow,
know, yeah, I ain't know Jill Scott, co-wrote
I didn't
that.
know that either.
Yeah,
Girl next door.
I'm looking at the credits too. Yeah, that's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah, and he also had like a long time production team, Carvin Haggins and Alvin Orthodox, various.
Hmm.
So they really worked with him on a lot of songs. So yeah, and then, you and me, and
Yeah.
then Just Friends. We gotta talk about Just Friends. That was the first song I heard from Musiq Soulchild.
Okay.
I love the way that song came out, it was like a new vibe that I never heard before. And it was like really that definition of neo soul at that time. That
Yes,
really
sir.
that swing. Do, 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 do,
And
do,
it had that he
do.
put that beatbox.
Yeah,
I would say, you know what I'm saying, he encouraged even though Dougie Fresh beatbox, he definitely to me was the first to like put the beatbox into R&B and
yeah,
neo soul and
yeah,
made it cool.
yeah,
Starting off with that.
yeah.
Um and
And
he, you
also
know,
the unique thing about him, he he could sing too. He was a good singer, and and he could mix that with hip hop.
right.
Yeah,
And he definitely just like a lot of singers was from the church. So
yeah,
like he definitely showcased it, you know what I'm saying, those gospel vocals in his
hmm,
R&B.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was it, and wasn't there a time or something where he wanted to do gospel music or something like that? Or
Yeah, we're gonna get to that because Love
okay,
actually, I think that he tried to gear towards like a talking about God, and
yeah,
so sometimes the record label kind of stipulate things, and they don't want you to
right,
say the word. So I think that's what happened around around that time. And then I remember Merry Go Round. That was a good song. I used to memorize all the words to that song. So shout out to Cam and Mr. Ron Temple. I think that's his
hey,
name.
what's
Ron.
going on, y'all?
Yeah. What's up? What's up? Yeah, we're talking about I Just Want to Sing, the first album. And I didn't know Eric Roberson wrote Merry Go Round. I see that. So,
What? I didn't
yeah.
know that either.
Yeah. Yeah, Merry Go Round.
And
I love that song. Yeah.
I definitely when I listen to that you know a couple of times I really could relate to that song.
Hmm.
Like that's one of those songs, you know, people can relate to when things, you know what I'm saying, in a relationship can be rocky or whatever. But yeah, that's definitely a very creative song. I didn't know Aaron Roberson wrote.
Yeah, and then we were just discussing 143, how, how that was so creative. Like one, like I, and then love,
Right.
LVE, and then E.
Or
Yeah, three-letter words. And so, and then when that Rose come in at the beginning, them keys, I forgot who
yes,
played
sir.
those keys at the beginning. Oh, Keith Pelzer. Yeah, he from uh
Okay.
he from that group of Touch of Jazz, and he played the keys
Okay.
on that. And so,
Man.
that track was awesome.
Yes, sir.
And then we go to Love. Love was Love was that big, that ballad. And
Yes, sir.
I remember every guy used to like sing that at the talent show. And I remember when I went to the concert at the Hampton Coliseum, and that intro came in, and everybody was going crazy when that came in. So, and
That
whoever coming in, let me know your favorite song. I Just Want to Sing, the first album. Yeah,
yeah, um love, man. I mean, you know, we went to Southwestern and
yeah,
Devin, his name's he go by Dorico. Remember when he sung that song
oh yeah, yeah,
and hit that note?
oh yeah,
Um, you know,
yeah,
that song, man. I mean, it really. I mean, people played it at weddings. It was at church.
yeah,
Because God is love. So like to have a
mhm,
gospel group like Trinity 5-7 to take that and
yeah,
to like, you know, it was the core. I mean, love is something like basically it was something that everybody needs. I mean, like you don't have love, what do you have?
yeah,
So for him
yeah.
to that was the anthem.
Yeah, it make you fall in love with somebody. And
Right.
then you hear that synth at the beginning, it got that urban, and then his tone on top of that, and
Yeah.
love, like that vibrato. Yeah, it just
Love. It definitely is a very emotional song.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then now we're gonna skip a few of these songs up here. But
Okay,
17 was a good song too.
that
It
was
had
a
yeah, it was a good storyline. And then the L is gone. That's my song. What you gonna do when the L is gone? Yeah, I like that song. I love the rhythm and how he flipped from like a rapping style to
right.
sing, you know. And then Speechless.
You
You
Speechless,
got
another up tempo.
yeah, you got to think about Speechless.
I've listened to Speechless. Speechless is dope. It got the scratches in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's fast paced. It's definitely catchy.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that was definitely another dope,
yeah,
uh, dope upbeat song.
yeah. And then my song was "Settle for My Love" with I don't know what happened to that girl, Aries,
Uh
Aries.
huh.
I don't know what happened to her, but she had a beautiful tone and on that song, "Settle for My Love."
Uh huh.
It's like that old school groove.
Yeah,
I don't know if you really sat down and heard that song.
I
Settle.
heard that one. I
Oh,
didn't. I only heard it like one about a couple of times, but not.
yeah.
I need to
So
go back and listen more to that. But I
yeah,
did listen to the whole song.
so I know some albums you know more. You probably listen more than I did. You know, we had different songs we geared towards to, and gears toward in our
Um,
taste, musical taste. So
well, I will say I did like. I heard "Settle for My Love." That's the.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I love that song.
oh yeah.
Um, Paparazzi was good too.
Oh yeah, Paparazzi. Yeah. I haven't heard that song in a long time. I
Okay,
got to visit that song. Yeah. Cause he got
and
so
you
many songs. Yeah.
you be all right is to me was like a kind of like that
Hmm.
gospel
Yeah.
like you know
Yeah. Yeah.
like his ode to God, but like he did it in a way where he was talking about a situation. So yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, a lot of stuff geared towards like inspirational type stuff,
Hmm.
gospel. And we're gonna see that later on when we get to the next album that gospel really influenced him vocally and musically. So yeah. So
We gonna know that the gospel never left.
yeah, yeah. Just a lot of the R&B artists came from the church, so they can't
Yes,
get
sir.
yeah. And he started with Def Soul Recordings, Def Jam, and he changed labels later on. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. And so that artist thing where they see it, you go to the next album, that you're gonna, stay in the game. And he really proved that, his second album, he can stay in the game and really bring something the second time. And Just Listen is one of my favorite Musiq Soulchild albums.
Yes,
And
sir.
he stayed true to his art. He didn't, switch up or nothing like
Right.
that. And he came with the intro with the scratch again, you know.
Again,
Yeah, and it was dope. And then it went to one of my favorite songs, Newness. That was that was
newness.
yeah, Newness.
Newness was I like that because newness really he was showing you a perspective of when you know what I'm saying you're talking to this lady and having a conversation and getting to know her.
Yeah.
And like so when you listening to it, you're like in his shoes and
Uh,
like he's having a conversation. So
mm,
like it's more personal.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And so he's expressing this dialogue into the lyrics, things
mm,
that you would ask this woman, you know what I'm saying? Birthday, when is your sign and stuff. So
yeah.
everybody could relate to that.
Like I said earlier, a lot of his songs you can really relate to. Like normal conversation on the phone, and then he turned it to like a full a song.
Right.
And I love the way they had her voice sound like she was on the phone. Like,
right. In that background, just
yeah, and she got
that tone.
yeah, that soft tone, yeah, yeah. And
For
then
those of people that don't know, but for those of people that don't know that word, eargasm.
oh yeah, ear gas, yeah, yeah, it was an ear gas.
Sir.
Definitely.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then a, then a song called "Caught Up." That was a good song. I'm
Yeah,
caught up with her. I'm so caught up with her. Yeah, that was a good
yeah.
song. And then
Nice hip hop.
stop playing. I forget how that song. How did that song go? Stop playing. I
Dun,
forgot.
dun, dun, dun,
Oh yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Oh
dun.
yeah.
It's kind of like when he did
Yeah, I
Just
remember that.
Friends. That that Friends, how that's like, dun, 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 dun. But this is
Oh,
like, dun, 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 dun,
oh yeah, I remember.
dun.
Yeah, like
Um,
he kind of had like that bluesy feel to it too.
right, right.
Yeah.
Um, uh, the song that she was talking about, Caught Up.
Uh huh.
I'm looking at it now. I didn't know Aries, that's how you pronounce it, was in
Yeah.
that song too.
Oh yeah. She did a lot of features in his first two albums.
Oh,
Like
okay.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, again he was with his group Carvin and Ivan, and they really killed that album too. And
Yes, sir.
religious song, religious, that was a good song.
He
I like the
he
way
he.
he started off. Yeah, I like the way he started off like a preacher. Ooh, let me tell you
Yeah,
how.
with the organ, it
Yeah, he
was like
went.
he was. It
Yeah,
was like he was singing in church.
yeah,
It was like he was singing in church, like, cause he definitely let you know, like, yeah, y'all know that I sing from church,
uh
but
huh,
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it sound like we're actually in a church with
yeah,
the tambourines, the organ, the people in the background,
yeah,
like shouting and stuff.
uh huh,
And but like you said, that preaching,
yeah, yeah. I love the way that yeah. And then that groove was like church, like you passing the offering plate.
right. That
So
was definitely that was offering plate
yeah,
song right there.
and then he related the girl to some religious. So
Right.
yeah,
And what made it so dope was is that while he's doing that, he's paying homage to her parents.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Like, and saying, like, I want to thank your father and your mother
yeah, the
for
rape,
making you on this, yeah,
yeah,
like giving the respect to her parents.
mhm,
So it was like a very spiritual, religious, like some people would be like, oh, wow, like, okay, who thinks about stuff on Sunday like that? Like you thinking about this one. But when you go, especially like, when you're single, you go to church, you know what I'm saying? And you see this single woman over here, you know what I mean? Like that. I mean, it's like,
yeah,
wow, like
mhm,
you can
yeah,
you can think about something like that. He actually like made a song for like people who felt like that.
mhm,
That hey, like it's okay, like God made her.
yeah. And
She's crazy.
yeah, any of you that come in, I'm kind of giving a trivia like what's his real name? What's Music Soul Child real name? So if you know that his real name, put it in the comments and I'll see it. Whoever first, I'll shout you out. Because a lot of people think because people call him Music Soul Child for so long they don't know his real name. So
Right,
whoever his
right.
real name, put it in the comments. So Baby Girl, that was a good song too. It
That
like
song.
it kind of showed his sensual side, like
Right,
where he trying to you holler at a girl, like
right,
he said like your mama raised you on them grits and chicken.
right.
That's like a memorable line on that
That
song.
is a
So
memorable line
it's
when
memorable. Yeah,
he compared her to food because we love chicken and we love
yeah,
grits, but to
yeah.
compare,
Yeah, grits stick to you. So he talking about you think like the grits.
right,
Yeah,
Lord Jesus,
yeah. And then Half Crazy, that was a huge hit. you know, that sample in there. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, yeah,
That was definitely a memorable
yeah.
song.
And that's one of my favorite Musiq Soulchild songs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I agree.
And then
That song.
Time had that old groove. Time waits for nothing and everything.
That song, man, that song was definitely one of those songs where like it made you like just think about like this gift we have, like time. And he's actually encouraging us to take advantage of it. So
Yeah,
like, yeah, like it was one of those like what is it? Those being woke moments,
yeah,
but definitely like
yeah.
cool R&B
Yeah,
chill.
that's what I like about this album and about, you know, Musiq Soulchild. He gave positive songs, messages through his music. And I
Yes,
think
sir.
we missing that a lot in this day and time through these artists.
Right.
They just talking about sex, but they're not talking about anything positive, you know.
Right. Right.
He really, you know, we kind of missed that dialogue, you know, in the songs
Right.
too. And, you know, music really brought that even to now. You know, he still has storylines in his music. So, yeah.
He you know what he put in these songs, he was basically like telling us this is our everyday like
Mhm.
conversations and things that we go through, where like you said and stuff, like where certain music is just all about sex. Well, um everything is not sex. Like if I'm
Yeah.
having a conversation with a woman that I just met, that's
Hmm.
that's not gonna be the first thing we talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's not at night or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it just depends on the moments. But he really like lets
Yeah.
you know, like, hey, everything you anybody could like find a song and relate to.
Yeah. He showed how to really start off a conversation, you know, start with a
Right,
conversation, you know, and that's what he did in his songs as well. And we go to the next one called Future. Uh,
man.
that was another positive message. Don't let nobody tell you, you know,
Right,
you grow up and you haven't lived out your dreams yet. So,
right,
and don't let nobody tell you to grow up and, you know, give up on your dreams. And,
right.
you know, that was a positive song. And I love the groove and the way he went in his low tone. Don't you
Right.
let no one tell you.
Yeah,
I like
music. Even
so
and then remember like when they like in the middle of the song or whatever, where like he's breaking it down and it sounds like a DJ.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that was a good baby. Yeah. So
yeah.
like, yeah, but that message, man, I mean, and even um with with single moms who have
Mhm.
kids, like he's even like it goes to anybody, but he was definitely like letting them too know that hey, look, even with your situation with having these kids, you can
Mhm.
still do something with your life. Don't let nothing hold you back.
Mhm. Yeah.
But like you said, that future, it's like you're thinking about, okay, like, all right, because I still have a future,
Mhm.
like where I'm at now is not going to keep me where I'm at. Like I still have a future to look forward to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. And then one night I kind of remember that song. He had a lot of songs on this album. One night and
One night was like my favorite, was probably like my favorite Musiq Soulchild.
okay.
Um,
Is that the one,
because
is that the one with the hi hat? Uh,
no, that's real love.
oh yeah, really.
One night, now one night. Well, you want to talk about real love first?
Oh yeah, real love. I forgot real love. Yeah. Yeah.
So real love, that's the
Oh yeah.
that man, that right there, man.
It kind of reminds you like
Man,
Marvin Gaye.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, yeah. The way he
Yep,
did kind of reminds Stevie Wonder. Oh yeah. Yeah, he
yeah,
brought yeah.
and the sounds in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that man, yeah. Uh, and One Night, man. One Night. The reason why that's like my favorite. I know we're gonna talk about that later, but I can say that for later.
Yeah, we can go to One Night. We can go to the next one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One Night.
Okay, so One Night. I like One Night because it really, you know, when you're talking about I want you back, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, I want you back. I want you back. But he's letting her know in this song, like, hey, look, I don't want you to think that I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm here today, but I'm gone tomorrow. He's letting her know, like, look, just in case you have these thoughts that I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, be here always. I'm letting you know right now that I'm not going to just be here for just one night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it's for one night, I want to make it many nights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not just a one night stand. You are a one night forever.
Yeah.
So that's what I liked about how he had that conversation with her at the end of the song. He's just like, I mean, the dialogue. Once again, he's giving us dialogue, conversations that we have. You know what I'm saying? When we really like, you know what I'm saying? When you really love somebody, you're gonna like, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to plead your case. That's what he's telling her. He's like, baby, I don't want you to. You thinking that I'm just gonna leave you here for one night?
Yeah.
But no, I'm not. I'm not gonna just. I'm not gonna leave you. Like I want to see you again. So let's experience this one night, but let's make it many nights. So that's a powerful song.
Yeah, that's the message I like that he talks about throughout his career. You know, sticking with one female. You know, sticking with someone. And you know, like what we could talk about later. You know, Music and the Magic. That song, yes. And you see the video where his wife had cancer and he stuck by her side. You know, and so that's like a ongoing subject he covers throughout his career. And previous Cats, that was another good song.
Now, I used to get joked on with this song because he says I'm not Steven, and you know, and but that song, man, and Eric Roberson was doing the backgrounds for that.
He wrote that. He co-wrote that.
And he wrote, yeah. His pen game is crazy. Previous Cats, man, I love that.
Yeah, I like the conversation in that song too. Yeah,
because he, you know, how many like songs you listen to, like, you know, people will say like, I'm not like, you know what I'm saying, these guys over here. He's actually naming these people. But he's letting like her know that I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, don't compare me to your previous. You know what I'm saying? Because if you compare me to your previous, you're gonna miss out on what I have to present. Don't label before you label me, get to know me. I like how he
he said, girl, we go deeper. Then, you know, he said, Andrea, either girl, something like that. Yeah,
wow.
He word
yeah.
So
and he's even then, talking about
Best So Long. That was good.
Best Friend. That one was good.
Best Friend.
Best Friend.
Yeah, I like that vibe on that one. Yeah, I like the way Carl Reddick came in with that one. And
I'm trying to Best Friend. I'm trying to see how that I know this song, but I'm trying to see how that one went.
It kind of breaks down at the end.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go to Don't Change. That's
a powerful song, man.
Yeah, it's powerful. Yeah, and I like the video. They had the costume on them.
Right.
You know, like they stayed together. You know, for a long marriage. I love that message on that song.
Yeah, he's like, you know, and he's encouraging like the women, like, hey, like, you don't have to look good, but you don't have to compare yourself to these women on the magazine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the way that you look now, and I want to grow old with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, he's letting her know, like, it's your heart. I'm attracted to you. You're beautiful, but you're gonna always be beautiful to me. But it's your heart that
Yeah.
when the beauty fades.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's a powerful song. Yeah.
Yeah. Then Mother Father, I like the way he paid tribute to his parents,
Right.
you know, all the
Once
things he
again,
told. Yeah.
giving us that gospel vibes and doing the preaching thing at the end.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like that song, sermonic song for the preacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then something, I love something. That was a good song.
That was a
That was like a cover.
underrated song.
Yeah, it was like a cover, like Beatles. I think they did. They wrote that. George Harrison of the Beatles.
Okay. Okay.
Something in the way she moved, treat me
Yeah.
like no other lover. I love the way he sung that. And so
Yeah.
yeah, that was Just Listen. That was one of my favorite albums. And then we're gonna go
And,
to yeah. Anything else you want to add from Just Listen?
well, he did the remix to Girl Next Door, and Aries is on this one.
Say that again.
He had a well, he did he had a couple of remixes up here, but he had Girl Next Door remix.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course later on he had a couple of remixes for Half Crazy and stuff, which
Oh yeah.
was dope. He had a Summer Madness remix,
Yeah.
half regular, Half Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of other ones, but yeah. So.
All right, Soulstar. This album was good. It kind of grew on me after a while. I had to listen back to it because a
Right.
lot of his titles is like the word, like the words connected, and some of them I forgot the title, but I know the way it sounds. So, Soulstar, the intro, that was that intro
That's
was crazy.
it said it all. Like
Yeah,
Soulstar.
yeah, that sample was crazy, and the way he came in so soulful with his vocals, that was a good one. And
You know what?
yeah,
I was gonna say, I think he has a signature when it comes to putting song titles together. Purpose
yeah,
instead of separating the words, he just put them together. But
yeah,
anyway,
and that's part of artistry. You can really show that off, especially like I forgot to show Just Listen. That was the second album. And
oh
then
man,
yeah, yeah, I still got all the albums. And then we were talking about Soulstar now. That's the next
okay,
album. So this is the album we on, Soulstar. And then this track called "You Love Me." That was a good
that one
song.
right there, man,
Kind of like a
like a
Christmas.
Christmas. It was like a Christmas upbeat,
Uh-huh.
but I
Yeah.
love that one. That one was dope
Yeah.
because
Woman
he's
Not.
letting.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Yeah. What you about to say about "You Love Me"? I ain't mean to
Oh,
cut.
my bad, bro. I was just going to just say, I just like how he was very creative in there, like, because a lot of times, when you going through rejection or you going through like when the woman's playing games or whatever, it's like, okay, why is she doing that? And he's coming from a perspective like, I know you love me because of the wonderful things that you put me through. Who says stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like the way he took that and made it into a positive. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, the wonderful things that you put me through. I know you love me because you putting me through it.
Yeah,
You get a kick out of this.
I never thought of that song like that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Womanopoly. I like that the way it came in, and
Yeah.
that was a good song. And then
He
for the night, that was the single, and I like that groove, and like in video they were skating and stuff like that, and he always have that conversational type thing. Can I be with you just for the night?
right.
I don't have to be
Aries
your.
is on that.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Aries. Yep. Yeah, I love the way he used her vocals on tracks too. So.
I like how at the end of the song when
Mhm.
they just going back and forth, when she's
Yeah.
singing
Oh
and
yeah.
he's singing back.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I like that. Yeah. And then yeah, and I like the bridge too. It kind of got
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Motown, yeah, that Motown Accords and stuff like that.
It was
Yeah,
definitely something you could like listen to. Uh, it had like a, to me, like a disco like
yeah,
flow
yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce this next title. In fact,
Um,
I forgot what that meant.
I want to say infatuality
Okay,
or
yeah,
yeah, something like that.
yeah. I forgot how that
I like
song.
that one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, hey, da, da, da,
yeah,
da, da. Yeah,
yeah. And then who knows? Who knows was a good song.
that was a
That
good
was
song.
that was like a signature ballad. You know, it had that Carvin and Alvin, you know, classic sound for Musiq Soulchild. Who knows? And I
Yeah,
like the video. The video was very creative. You know, it was like building a home, and he was
hmm,
talking. Who knows what may happen if we, you know, act on our feelings. You know,
right,
and
right.
we build a family. That's what he's basically talking about.
Yes,
So
sir.
so that was an amazing song. So a lot of his songs are very musical. You can tell he took his time with the concepts
Right.
and so forth like that. So
He definitely, one thing about Musiq Soulchild, you can tell he really like takes time on his craft. He
yeah,
knows how to take a subject
yeah,
and make different examples
hmm,
or symbols that represent that one thing. Like a
hmm,
breakup, he'll take it and he'll find pieces and take and I don't know how he does it, but like, you know, he just like crafts it in different ways, but it's describing that one subject.
yeah. That's
And
fascinating.
he makes you think about things that you, it's kind of like if you read a scripture, right? And how
Yeah,
you can get more than one thing out of it. And
yeah,
every time you read it, there's always something different that you
yeah.
get out of it. That's what he does with his song.
And that's part of true artistry. You know, you make people think. A lot of people nowadays they don't want to think and they just want to listen to a song that's groove, but it's good to have artists out there that's still out there that makes you think and have storylines, you know. And that's where he really brought with his album. Yeah.
You know, he definitely one thing about music, he got titles, man, that makes you want to just listen to it just because of the title. Like
Yeah.
you're like, what is he talking about? Why is he put that? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Then we're gonna go through like some of the songs. Uh we probably go through this album kind of faster
okay,
because
okay,
of time, you know, Instagram cut us off at a certain time.
okay.
So baby mother, we gotta talk about that one though. That's
That's a
yeah.
wow.
Like that dialogue.
Another one
Yeah.
where he's going into like dialogue,
Hmm.
um, conversation. It's a movie. He's making like this album, especially this song right here. He's making it like a movie, like you're watching like a soap opera or a movie, a show or something.
Yeah.
And when she says I'm late, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that, who like just the conversation, it's like I'm not, who hears that in a song though? Like I'm late, and
Yeah.
like just the intro, and
Yeah.
he's kind of like he's singing, but he's like speaking.
Hmm.
Like he's not just like singing, but he's like these melodies, he's communicating what she just communicated back to him. So he's like responding to her what
Hmm.
she had said to him.
Yeah.
It's a conversational song. I don't get it. It's crazy.
I like the way it go from dialogue and then it change chord. Like when he
Yeah.
talk. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God.
Then
And yeah,
miss you. Uh
I forgot how that one went.
yeah. So this was a good album. We gonna go through then moment in life with CeeLo Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
That
one.
that
Yeah.
I like it talked about and it had Kendrick the family in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how they talked about just the family structure, and then
Hmm.
it went into the reason. I like how it went into it was like a story
Mm-hmm.
but it went into it was, oh my God, that was good.
Yeah, and that's what I miss about albums. They don't have no storyline. It's
Yeah,
like a song they just worked on and they just put a body of work together.
right.
You know.
He's taking us through like a journey in this music.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Then we just gonna name the next song and then we're gonna go to the next album.
Okay, okay.
The Reason, Don't Stop, Where Are You Going, Romanticipation. I think I kind of
Yeah,
remember. And then the interlude, and then Give More Love and Leave
that
Me.
was Give More Love was definitely an anthem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can play at the cookouts and stuff, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that song. It kind of like got that Marvin Gaye feel.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Yeah. So that album was kind of underrated.
It was.
It was like one of his bigger albums, but it
Right.
was good. It wasn't no disappointment. So
I
so
think he
this
had more people featured on this album.
yeah, yeah, he did. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna go to Luvanmusiq. This is when he left Def Jam, and then he went to Atlantic, and then you know how like a lot of artists, a lot of labels, they want you to work with the new biggest producers and the new
Yeah.
biggest songwriters. And so on this album, he worked with Neo, Raphael Sadiq. He worked with the Underdogs. So
Right.
you know, I'm glad it didn't take away from his artistry though. You know,
Right.
his sound. So we're gonna go to this BU Buddy. You know that song Buddy.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was a pretty good song. It was kind of different for him.
It was different. Yeah.
It
It
was
was
like a
definitely
different.
like a summer jam. Like a summer
Yeah,
jam. Something you can, you know what I'm saying, ride in the car,
yeah,
have like the windows down, the
yeah,
roof.
yeah. And then the video was kind of fresh for him. Like, oh, this is a new start. This is a new label. You
Yeah.
know, had the fresh cut and the hair. You know, the new
Right.
hat and all that stuff. So it kind of introduced him in a new way. And then,
Bro, yeah.
yeah, that was a big hit. About 2006, I believe. That came.
Okay.
I remember that when I went to college. That was a big song.
Man,
Then Miss Philadelphia,
it's
written,
Philadelphia, man.
written by the great Neo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I like how he talked about the whole thing with the goldfish,
Oh
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying, and all of this like details.
Yeah.
Stuff you don't,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Neo is like real. He shows a lot of images in his song, imagery in the
Yeah.
song. Yeah. Then Teach Me How to Love. That was a big song. That was one of my favorite songs. And that was the first song I actually put on my MySpace. Remember MySpace?
Yes, sir.
The first song I put on my music, my regular page on there. And
That,
then, yeah,
yeah.
Teach Me How to Love was good. It's like at that time I was you know you knew to love and learning how to talk to a female, and this is
Right.
kind of like inspiring you. Like
Right.
you don't know how to love, but you know show me how I
Right.
can love you. You know, and so that was
Like who says stuff like who said like he's being honest.
yeah,
And
being
it's
honest.
like he's telling her like show, you know what I mean, like that. Like don't just be indirect. Be direct, like show me.
Yeah, yeah, and
Because
that's
I
why.
want to make it work.
Yeah, that's
Dang,
why.
that,
Song.
that's
Yeah,
powerful, man.
yeah, and Better Man, written
Yeah,
by
that was good.
Raphael Sadiq. That was good.
Definitely
Question,
was good.
questions. The question was
Yeah.
that I like the way
That,
I like the way he have songs where it's just the piano and some
yeah.
strings. Yeah, I love that song.
He definitely like pushed the envelope
Mm,
on that one. Because
yeah,
he was being really real.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like being with a whole bunch of women and stuff like that.
mm-hmm, yeah,
But yet, like asking the questions, like, you know, questions she wanted to know.
mm-hmm, Yeah.
But that was a dope song, man.
And then today by
My
the Underdog. Yeah.
my favorite,
Today
one
I'm
of my
gonna
favorite.
today I'm gonna make up my mind. You know, it's saying, today I'm gonna change my ways for you. So
Man. That is a powerful song.
and it's
Like you
interesting.
said,
And it's interesting that chemistry between the Underdogs and music is like
yeah.
you never would think of that. So
Imagine if they did a whole album.
yeah, that would be make make you happy.
That was a Juslisen,
Yeah,
but dope.
yeah. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that was
That was,
good too.
Millionaire was good. I love Millionaire. Yeah,
That
yeah. Uh,
was
oh yeah, another notable songwriter, Harold Lilly. He wrote a lot of hits too. He
okay.
wrote "Take You Out" for Luther Vandross. He
Oh
wrote,
wow.
yeah, he wrote he wrote a lot of songs. "Braid My Hair" for Mario.
Okay.
He wrote a lot of big songs, but "He Is" for Brandy. So he wrote a lot of big songs. And "Take You There," that was a good song.
That man. That song, man, definitely was a vibe.
Yeah.
It was like a vibe. I mean,
Yeah.
Warren Campbell did his thing on that. Like,
Yeah, shout out to Warren Campbell. He can make anything come out in the speakers. If
yes, sir.
you want a hip hop, or you want R&B, you want
Right.
old school, Warren Campbell.
It's,
He plays so many instruments, and
this
great.
this song was very like you can really like hear like it was like really musical.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Lullaby, that was one of my favorite songs.
That was dope. That was dope.
I like the way he went in his falsetto on that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end. Yeah,
Sir.
Greatest Love was so musical too. The way he
Greatest love. Yeah. Yes, sir.
the way he
You know
combated
what?
music terms with love.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is like this. I think this is the second time he put like love at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the song.
Yeah. I
Like,
got it.
see,
Yeah.
my cousin had put me onto this album before I even listened to it. But the first song I ever heard on this one was Miss Philadelphia.
Oh,
But
okay.
listening through this or whatever like that, to me, man, this was like this might sound kind of crazy, but to me, this was kind of like an accountability album.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, what do you want to like? Whatever you want in life, like this is like I don't know. This is dope though. It definitely was a really great album.
Yeah. And all his albums like great body of work.
Yes, sir.
And it was amazing how he switched labels, and he didn't let all these producers and songwriters switch his style.
Right.
He stuck to his great harmonies, his great musicality, and
Right.
so that was a great album. So we're gonna
That
go to
was, man.
yeah. So we're gonna go to On My Radio. That was a good.
Woo. That's man.
Yeah, Back Again was the first song by Warren Campbell. That sample, that
That
Marvin
yeah.
Gaye type sample.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That really definitely to me, I think that was a very underrated track because it started out with just the beat.
Yeah.
Hey, but it man, like it has some church undertones to it too.
Yeah. Yeah, with that vocal sample, that lady, it sounded like an old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My God, man.
No, that was
Yeah.
until they had that old lady sample. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Until
With Marvin Gaye.
that man.
Yeah.
Until that song, my God, like
Warren killed that track. Yeah.
The lyrics in there, man, was crazy because like he really like was like saying like in the year 2000, we haven't even seen these years yet. And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, in this year, like I'ma still, he's even talking about even after death, when we're dead and gone,
Yeah.
we'll still be holding on.
Yeah.
Ugh.
2063. I
Yeah, I
like that.
like how they like
Yeah.
just like call out numbers. Like, but that was definitely, yeah, that whole arrangement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Then
Ugh.
if you leave featuring Mary J. Blige, that was kind of like it sounded like a sequel to Teach Me How to Love.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It had that same vibe to it with the rhythm.
And
You know,
Mary went right with it too.
yeah, yeah, she fit right in because
Right.
when I said earlier, they both got that hip hop soul, and they can
Right.
sing ballads or they can sing hip hop. So
She is the queen of hip hop soul.
yeah, hip hop soul, yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. So Deserve You More was good. It was kind of like a
That
fast but
it had
slow.
like a
Yeah,
back in the day R&B classic feel.
yeah, yeah. Then Special was good. Special.
Oh man. So that right there, but I
Oh
can't go that high. But just in
yeah,
the beginning, like I
oh yeah,
like how he's like, and he's having a conversation again. You know what I'm saying? He's having dialogue, and he's like, you're like the rib,
uh-huh.
like Adam and Eve. Like he's like referencing like this woman to like Eve. So like, but it went hard. I like the breakdown in it too, the bridge.
Oh, okay, yeah. I gotta listen to that song again, but I remember it was a good song. I remember the rhythm of it. Yeah. And
What's
then uh,
oh go ahead. You good.
and then we go to Dear John. I love that song. That
That
another
song, man.
another
Yeah.
good written by P.J. Morton. Dear John and
That
Warren.
whole
Yeah, Warren
dude,
Campbell. Yeah.
the way once again another story where
Yeah.
like, the lady's on the answer machine,
Uh-huh.
and then she comes back at the end,
Uh-huh.
saying you ain't calling me back and
Oh yeah. Yes.
but oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then Love of My Life was good too. Like
Yeah, that was.
they're real soulful. Yeah.
Right.
And then Money Right. Soon as I get
Money
my
right.
yeah. I like the way it sped up
Definitely
at the end.
definitely
Yeah.
gospel song right there. Upbeat, gave you
Yeah.
that gospel. I like how in that song he's talking about until I get my money right. Like he's like basically like things that we go through. Like that's something I went through. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Where I didn't have all the funds. And
Yeah.
she's saying in the beginning, he's talking to her. And
Uh,
she's like, oh, it's okay, it's cool.
uh-huh.
But he's like, as a man, he's like, I know it's cool for you, but for me, it's not. Cause
Yeah.
I like, so I like that. He says like, and he's letting her know like, I'm gonna get the money. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then
That was
one of my favorite ballads she did, Someone.
same here, man.
Yeah.
Same here. Someone. Good God.
It was that classic Carvin Haggins and Alvin Orthodox. Like that ballad feel he always has. And the dramatics of that song was incredible.
He definitely. It's like he's actually like conveying like a list. He's like someone like I want this woman to do this. I don't want her to be all about this.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like he's being very honest. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, like oh my God, that was definitely like a dramatic like.
Yeah. Yeah. You
That
say
was,
in the song, he's on saying you don't have to be perfect, but loving you is all that matters. Yeah, that's crazy.
man. That's powerful, man.
And then
That is powerful.
And the music and the drums were so, it
Yeah,
was.
right. Dude, it's not a norm. See that song right there, when you, like you said, when you listen to how everything is arranged in it, it's taking you into another like space.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you're like actually freeing your mind. It's like you're in another world. You're like in this movie.
yeah.
It's like one of those movies you like you. Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah. And I Want to Be, it had that reggae feel with Damian Marley.
okay.
I love
I
that
gotta
song.
listen to that
Yeah.
a little more.
And of course, Warren Campbell was amazing on the bass guitar on that song. Shout out to Warren Campbell again. I
That dude.
think I think when he started working with Warren Campbell, that was incredible. That was magic, you know. Cause
I
they were
think he
both
really
they were,
I think he really when he started working with him, I think he really allowed him to like really do what he wanted to do. Far
yeah,
as like, you know, his runs and how he
yeah.
wanted to like sing his song and everything.
Yeah, and I saw an interview with he was in the studio with Warren Campbell. He said Warren Campbell was like one of his favorite because anything music was thinking of, he could bring it to life. And that's a good thing about having a good producer, you know, anything you come to them with, they can bring it out, you know. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the next song, So Beautiful, that was a big song. Like music,
Definitely a favorite.
music, like he got so many underrated hits, you know, it's crazy. So
He's
so
reminding her in that he's like, girl, don't you know you're so beautiful. I like how like when he was singing it, you can hear like the baritone or the tenor vocal in there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Girl, don't you know you're so beautiful. I want to give all my love.
yeah.
That was
And he,
definitely a vibe. Though.
yeah, I like when he go to his low tone, his natural tone, and
Yeah,
and he really he just shows off the lyrics, and then
yeah.
he go to that falsetto, feel the same way. You know, he go to all that stuff, and yeah, that was a good, yeah,
That was a one of those like vacation
yeah,
summer
yeah.
springish like vibes.
And then Radio, that was a good song, but it was kind of like out of the box of Musiq Soulchild,
Yeah,
but
I think
it was decent, you know,
yeah,
little bop, you know,
it was different. It was different.
yeah. So yeah, that was a good album. On my
Yes,
radio,
sir.
still another classic album.
And and, and one thing about that is kind of cool how like he's the name of his album is On My Radio and he puts it as the last song. You don't really see a lot of albums where they put the name of their album as the last song.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, yeah, you can
So
see
I
it
thought
like
that was kind of dope. Like he was like saying basically what he was like showcasing was I want you to listen to all this until you get to the title of the actual, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna make you kind of in a sense appreciate the body of that, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That album because you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was kind of different right there too.
yeah. So we go to Music and the Magic. See, I got to see mine's kind of worn out because I play it so much.
Where
Yeah.
yo,
So.
I had that album too. And definitely was that's definitely
Oh yeah, I remember you had that album. You had that CD.
yeah. I think that was
Yeah.
I think that was probably like the only Musiq Soulchild CD you saw me.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I
But
see
that
some.
yeah, I remember that one, man.
Yeah, and I see some new people coming in. Holler at us. You know, let us know you in here. And
Hey, what's up, Corey?
yeah,
Hey,
and I
what's
had
up, man?
yeah, I
That's
had my
my
girl.
cousin Corey, my bro. Oh, so
Okay.
blessed.
Oh yeah, also blessed. Yeah. And yeah, shout out to Corey. All right, we're gonna go to Music and the Magic album,
Okay.
and you know it started off with anything with Swiss Beats.
Yeah,
It was okay.
I thought that was dope.
Yeah, it was decent.
It was different.
Yeah, and then I love Single. I love
Yeah,
that. love that concept. You know, if I met you
That
when I was single, we could have been more. But you and you should know that I found that girl. You know, how
dang,
many, how many guys will be truthful and really be honest? Like I found that girl. You know,
right,
and she's the one. So I like the way he's making the guy seem like a good man. You know, he want to
right,
stick with his girl or his wife. You know,
right.
say if I was single, I would talk to you, but I can't because I'm in a
Dang,
relationship. So,
that's powerful, man.
and I love the way the vocal, like on this album is really where you can hear the auto tune in his voice on
Uh huh.
these songs.
Yeah,
Yeah, and his voice had a different texture from this album to his last album. You know,
yeah, man.
so and say I do. I love that song.
That was dope.
Yeah, and then Love's Contract. That was okay. That was a
Yeah,
decent. Yeah.
Love
Silver.
Contract was
Yeah. Silver and Gold. I
man,
like.
silver and gold. Yo,
Yeah.
silver and gold.
Yeah.
Like this one was definitely like a really like. I like how because when you listen to hear silver and gold, you know you're thinking about a gospel song, you
Yeah.
know, but he's like basically telling her, hey, like, look, you know, my love is better than silver and gold. Like
Yeah.
the things that look shiny to you don't compare to how I feel about you. I'm like, oh my God, like silver and gold. Like
Yeah.
this was definitely like
Yeah.
spiritual. It was very spiritual.
Yeah. That song was all right. I listened to it a
It
few
was
times.
it was it
Yeah.
was it was different. I mean, it was different. It was like a it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that soul, that neo soul type thing. It was more like a free, like spirited
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. And now number 6 is my favorite. One of my favorite songs. Waiting.
Ratings.
Yeah. That was like I love the flow of it. The guitar coming in. It kind
Uh
of
huh.
reminds me of that song, The Ocean. I forgot who sang that song. Out here on the ocean, you know my skeptic.
Oh, not K John.
Yeah, that song. It kind of got
Yeah. Okay.
that guitar feel. But I love the chord progression in that song and how he kind of showed that Kim Burrell at the end, the runs and stuff like that. And and I love the like we always say his storyline. Like I'm
Yeah.
waiting still, you know.
I
I do this.
I know I gotta
Yeah,
listen to that again. I've heard it though so many times
yeah. He said
because I
I
had
do.
the album, of course. But yeah.
It's kind of like talking about like you gone for a while, but you still waiting for that person. Like I do this for
Okay.
you, I do this for us. So one
Yeah.
day, yeah. So it's
That's
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 all
powerful, man.
right. Back to where was a good song too. Yeah.
I've heard that to where yeah.
Do we have to? I don't remember that song. Do we
I
have
don't. Back to where and do we have to? I forgot how those songs went.
to? Yeah. Be friends. I don't want to be friends.
Man,
That
that
was-
was bro. That was definitely like probably like the one that like really spoke to me because Lord knows how he was like portraying like you know what I'm saying like every time I look at the pictures in my phone like I'm you know what I'm saying
yeah.
and you
Yeah.
know like when I was in the studio record when I would
Oh,
record you know I was pulled up this girl that I used to, like
yeah.
I still got feelings for her but you know
Yeah.
I like how um I mean that whole situation was definitely like something I would have done. So yeah.
Yeah, this was like 2011, and I was I was like in the same type of boat. You know, you was friends with somebody, but you
Yeah.
didn't want to just be friends. You wanted to be more than that. After a while, you
Right.
know.
I like how he just bold with it. He's like, no, I don't want to be friends.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's just and then he talking about like, oh my God.
yeah. And then the song "Yes," I love that song.
That song.
Yeah. Like whatever
Man,
goes, the answer is yes. You know, I don't. You know,
yeah,
I don't do anything else. But you know,
man, yeah. I definitely a dope.
yeah. So this hour is basically talking about fulfilling a woman's needs. I'll be there. I'm trusted.
Yeah,
When it comes to single, the song single, and then we come to the song medicine. Let me be your
that
medicine.
man,
Let me
that's a
heal.
vibe.
Yeah,
That's like that's definitely one of my favorites off of here.
yeah.
Doom,
That was
doom,
like his.
doom, doom,
Yeah,
doom. Like, yeah,
that was like his classic feel. Come to
right.
me, let me be your medicine. Yeah,
I can be your. Like, I like once again, like
yeah,
his undertones is crazy, man. Like, but he just like he make it sound so simple.
yeah. And then
But it was,
like the sun was good.
dude,
Yeah.
another one where he's using like um what was it not the um what was it not I had a brain freeze. What is it? Not the vocator, but
Auto tune.
yeah, auto tune.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I like how he's
It
yeah,
sounds kind of like nasal, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that was the sounds in there was crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was crazy. Yeah.
He definitely like I like how he had talked about like he went into details about like I guess who he was dating or whatever, and he
Uh huh.
was like these other girls don't compare to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's telling like this girl, and he's like just like the sun.
Mhm.
Like he's comparing like man, that's just crazy. Like how he compared like love to the sun, like the sun.
And I gotta listen more to that song. I heard it, but I didn't really get into it. So that's a song it was all
Okay, it's like
yeah,
a crazy frequency in that song, man.
yeah. The sounds was good. I heard that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And so now he kind of went to his personas, the hustle, uh, and a lot of people, he got flack for that, kind of going into that persona. But I
right,
feel if you're a true fan of an artist, you should, follow them wherever they go.
right.
Which, yeah. So
That's true. You know what? And I think that's what he was conveying. Like he was trying to tell his fans, like, look, trust me. Like if you trust me on all these other songs that and albums that I was doing, let be with me on this journey. You know what I'm saying? I know this is different. I know this is something you're not used to, but give it a try. And like
yeah,
you said and stuff, like us
yeah,
being a fan of his music, we're gonna be like, okay, like it's different, but let's give it a try. But some
yeah,
people, it's like because they're used to this, that's all they want. They're
yeah,
not ready for like
yeah,
his I guess not necessarily change, but his,
yeah.
his him evolving into like his music creativity, something we ain't used to hearing. So
Yeah, and I thought about that. I feel even though I'm a true fan of Musiq Soulchild, I
uh-huh.
feel he might have should have just kept his name, but he
Yeah,
have hustle under it, like AK, like
right.
Beyonce. She called herself
Yeah,
Sasha Fierce, so she might have should have
right.
just kept her name for her fans, and then
Right.
put a name under that. But anyway, either way, you should be a true fan.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
he later changed his name to Purple Wonder Love, and he had a full
Oh
album
yeah.
with that. Yeah, so
I,
you gotta be careful. How you promote yourself and you switch your name. Kind of like Prince. He still used kind of Prince, but he was known as the artist.
uh-huh.
But he still used artist formerly known as Prince. So
Right.
people know who he still is.
Right.
You know.
I,
And
I
so
I think yeah. I was gonna say I think kind of like when Tyrese had that he had Black Tie.
yeah.
He had like what 2 albums together, 2
Uh-huh.
CDs together. I think your music. I could be wrong, but I think if Musiq had maybe like a double album like that, like The Hustle, I think people would really like ride with him, because if they're gonna listen to like Musiq Soulchild, they're gonna want to listen to what Hustle is, and especially if they, you know what I'm saying, bought them together.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a more of a way where like they would definitely like understand where he's coming from, just by listening to, like, if they're listening to like his album now, they listen to Hustle right next to it, they're gonna definitely give it a listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. And then we're gonna go to Life on Earth. So he went to My Block with Warren Campbell on this album, My Block Records. And I think this was a pretty good album, Life on Earth. It's like one of my favorite Musiq Soulchild albums.
okay,
Music, it's kind of underrated.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
First song, Wait a Minute. I love that.
That was dope.
It was like it was Warren Campbell sound, but it had
Right.
that Soulchild, kind of with that hip hop feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And Who Really Loves You?
I love that song.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
He definitely, it's one of those songs where like he's telling her like, hey, like, who really, like, that's deep to like tell somebody at the end of the day, you could be playing all these games, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, who really loves
you? Yeah.
That's like, it's one of those reality check things he's giving, like, you know what I'm saying? He's not even being mean, he's just being honest. Because like a lot of times, like, you know what I'm saying, like if you like a woman you might have dealt with in the past, she might have played games and stuff, and the thing is like at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you playing all these games, did you really give anybody a serious chance?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he gave them that reality in that song right there, but it was still, oh my God.
And I remember I used to play this album in the car, and we used to listen to it.
Bro,
it was
when
crazy.
you was because this is where he really was like showcasing like his vocals, like them runs and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's like the first song he really showed off. Yeah, you're right about
that. And
it
was insane. Insane.
Hardaway, I love the way
Hardaway, yeah.
Yeah,
Hardaway, that song definitely grew on me.
Okay. Yeah. Loving You, I love that song.
Man, oh man. Good God. Like, that's like, I'm speechless when I hear that song.
And I didn't know Raphael Sadiq co-wrote that song.
I did not know that either.
Yeah.
Like, I like how he put the trap beat, like a trap beat to it.
Yeah.
But but he made it in his own way.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
Yeah, I love the simplicity of this album. The sound of the album. It won't it won't too complex. It goes straight to the point on each song.
Right.
I love I Do. That was like
that was good. Yeah. That was good.
And he really showed off his vocals on that song.
Yeah.
Run
stuff. I think that was the one you kept playing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like he definitely went crazy on that song.
What's up, Mr. Rogers? I see you in the building.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, we talking about Musiq Soulchild Discography review.
Yeah, that's my cousin, but my bro Ryan.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Thank y'all for coming in.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Y'all got a favorite Musiq Soulchild song? Y'all can put in the chat.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What's y'all favorite Musiq Soulchild song?
Man,
all right, we're gonna go to Change My Mind.
That was dope.
Yeah. I forgot how that go. I
wanna play it, but
I remember how it go. And then Walk Away. That was good.
Yeah.
He had that
Walk Away
old.
was good.
Yeah. Then Far Gone. Far
Far
Gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Far Gone.
Part of Me was good. That was
Part
that
of
was
Me was good.
Joy Star was pretty good. She showcased her vocals on that. That was good.
Yeah, Part of Me was good, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the way they, you know, Musiq showed his duet skills, like the way he came
Yeah.
in after her. Um, and Warren Campbell, of course, killed the track, with that Rhodes in the background, Rhodes keyboard.
Jeez.
Alive and Well was good. I
Alive
love
and
that.
Well was good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, you can be a fat man as long as you're alive and well.
Oh, that was the one. That was the one right there. That's the one yeah. That's the song that grew on.
If you're a fat man, be a happy fat man. Yeah, I love that
It
song.
was different, but it
Yeah,
was like one of those encouraging songs, like, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, that was really like a different song. Like that's a song you don't really hear. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah, he's good at balancing like urban with inspirational, positive stuff. So that was
Yeah.
that was incredible. The way
He he
he balanced.
he he definitely he definitely like gave people songs to like build their self-esteem
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope.
yeah. And the girl was one of my
Man,
favorites.
that's yeah. That
It
song
was
hit
kind of
different.
it was kind of like that vibe of the questions on Love and Music, kind of like
Uh-huh.
that, just piano and then him singing.
Yeah.
It's something
Right.
about and they switch keys and chords. It's crazy. Yeah.
That song,
And then
man,
Life on
like,
Earth, that was good.
yeah.
Good track. So again, he used the self-titled song at the end. You know,
That's that's probably my favorite song on that album, Life on Earth.
Life on Earth. Okay.
And the sound was different, man.
Yeah, the drums and the whatever he used, that synth or whatever.
That synth and the talking at the end, it sounded like some aliens.
Yeah, his tone, like
Yeah.
loving you.
It,
Yeah.
it kind of had like a marching band type, but it
It
was dope though.
was dope. Yeah, it was
It
simple.
was dope. Like I was like, ugh.
It sounded incomplete, but it was complete. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like they did one of them like what is it, them beats that's like off tone beat, like a dwelle, kind of like dwelle's old stuff, like a off beat.
Offbeat. Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah.
He had to catch up on that beat. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But the message in that song, that was actually too like an encouragement because it allowed it made you realize why you was here on earth. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you have a wife, when you have a girlfriend, like as the man, it's like I have a mission. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm here on earth for you. Like if I didn't have anything else to do,
Mm-hmm.
it was to like be in your life. It was to, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to help each other. So I love that song. That was definitely it definitely fit. And once again, that was the last track.
Yeah, last track. Yeah, with the title. Yeah.
But I will say this. I don't know if but there's a deluxe that had 2 bonuses.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Outer Space and yeah. Oh
And
yeah,
who's to say?
yeah. Who's to say? Yeah. I
But
didn't
yeah,
really.
Outer Space,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got the Target one. It had I'm Gone and Game of Love. Yeah, I got
Oh,
the Target.
see?
The Target. Yeah, Target one.
Was there other songs on that other than Outer Space and who's to say?
Yeah, I'm Gone and Game of Love.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I'm on Spotify. It says deluxe, but it don't have the Game of Love and the other.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to the last album that he put out, and it looked
Man.
kind of like Life on Earth, the cover. And
Now,
Yeah, we're going to feel the real.
This one is his first parental advisory.
Oh, yeah. Also, this is his first album, like really on his own label,
Yeah.
Soulstar. So, we're gonna go to that
He
album. Yeah. The thing with me, I don't really like a lot of like double album, like double CD album, because
yeah.
it's like so many good songs, and you feel like you want to capture that moment of that song. But
Right.
if you had too many songs, it kind of takes away from each song.
Right.
So
You, and the crazy thing about it is like it's crazy how like you'll listen to like a song, like a fresh like album, and one song you just be stuck on. Like
yeah,
that's how dope it is. And it's like I even hear the rest of the song, but sometimes that's what it do. Like you said, like those moments a
yeah,
song could and give.
yeah. So Feel the Real, I love that song, the way it starts off.
Probably like one of my favorites off that.
Yeah.
Definitely Insane.
Yeah.
When Marshall and Roaches came through with that and the bass in that, the
Oh yeah.
vibe, it was like a IMAX theater sound. It was
Yeah.
like right at you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you're talking about that part when she come
Gave me
in.
that stank face, like, oh my god, and she came in singing like that, and she
Yeah.
took it to church.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. With the scatting and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and them, oh my god. And
Oh,
this is the first, and he opens this up with the title of his album, the first song, instead of it being the last.
yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, like I was stuck on that song. That I was like,
Oh, I'm
oh
with you. I'm
yeah,
with you on that.
yeah,
But before I heard that was the one song
yeah,
that, yeah,
yeah. And then
it was crazy.
benefits, like I love that song because you didn't know when he was gonna come in, and then when he came in, it's like real smooth. Like he's talking about be
Now,
friends. Yeah,
this one was that benefit song was another one where like I listened to like I don't know how many times, but
yeah,
like this is when he just going crazy, like he's going crazy now,
yeah.
and he's giving you that like I still got the upbeat sound, but
Uh-huh.
I love how like he's really challenging like his songs, like he's really like now he's really like getting a little bit more explicit, even though this song won't explicit.
Yeah,
But he's like now like you're hearing about okay like in his other songs I want to be more than just friends. But
yeah,
now he's talking about if things don't work where we're not having a relationship, what about the benefits?
yeah. That's what I was
But
thinking. It's like he like, oh, can we just be like? It's like he changing the narrative on this album.
and
Like
and,
he's
and
speaking
the
from a
way
Karen, he's speaking from a Karen space because a lot of people is like that now. Like, let's just be friends. We don't have no
right.
complication. You know, we ain't gonna have no complication. We not in a relationship, so let's just kick it and do what we do. You know.
And he says it and it's crazy because he's saying that yes, what did he say in the second verse? He's talking about like yes, something about he's agreeing, but then he says, I beg to differ about sex.
Oh yeah,
Sex doesn't work or something like that.
yeah.
But one thing I liked about this song was the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
where like the instrumental was just there for a minute. He's just giving you time to rock. So this is when you know the song going just be great.
You know
Because you
he
just
gonna come.
vibe, you don't know how it's gonna.
Yeah, you don't know he gonna come in. And he do that.
Yeah,
He do that. You know how he come in.
and then when his harmonies.
Yeah, his harmonies. Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. And so sooner, what is Serendipity?
Serendipity.
Yeah, that was a good song.
That was good. The title
Sooner or
speaks for
later,
itself.
yeah. Sooner or later, that was good. It's
Sooner or
like
later,
that live
gospel
feel.
again.
Yeah. Sooner or later, I got you.
I
Yeah,
like how he like switches the beat.
yeah, Yeah.
But yeah, that was another one where like once again, just like on the other
Yeah.
album, he's kind of like he's telling her the reality, like sooner or later, like who says like sooner or later?
Yeah.
Like if not now, later. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. And then My Bad, that was good.
Yeah,
My Start Over, that was a
yeah,
single. Yep.
yeah.
I like the vibe to that.
Yeah, that
Now
was dope.
now Hard Liquor was I love that song.
Hard Liquor was
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. It kind of got that it kind of took him out of his element and it kind of
Yeah,
had that trap vocal cadence, you know.
yeah.
So
But
that was
still just like music.
yeah. It like he was relating it, to Hard Liquor.
Right,
Yeah. And then the feeling of being on Hard
right.
Liquor. Yeah. Then Shoulda Woulda Coulda,
My God.
that was good.
That song, like, he really like once again taking it to church, but being honest about
Mm-hmm.
he's being honest about what he shoulda coulda what I
Mm-hmm.
mean shoulda woulda coulda done. You
Shoulda,
know.
coulda. Yeah, I like
Now of
that.
course we know that song from we know that from the Brown Night. Um but I like how like yeah, like you said, like how he just like cadenced that and then he went with his runs again. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh my
Broken,
God.
Broken Hearts.
Broken Hearts, my God, was
I
crazy.
got, like I said before, when I was talking to you, I gotta listen to this album over and
Okay.
over again because some songs I heard but I didn't remember. You know.
Well, that's how I felt about the album before this one, where
Yeah,
there's some songs I got to go back and listen to. But
yeah,
apparently, it's like Fire is gonna. It's. I mean, it's like man.
yeah. The title speaks for itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
He
I'm
even
good.
said,
Oh yeah, I'm good is good too. I'm good.
"Love Me Back" was dope too.
Oh yeah, love me. Yeah, yeah, love me back.
And then I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm good is like a baby making.
Oh yeah,
Like he's going back to the times where like he was kicking it with his girl. So he's like, I can't wait till next time. He wanna go back and do that again.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Then humble pie. That was good.
But did we?
Oh,
Did you listen to
just just a
just
little.
a little bit?
Yeah, it was okay. It had a lot of features in it. Yeah.
The beginning was the sound in the beginning.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was good. Yeah. Yeah.
You said humble pie though. Humble pie was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Party life. I don't.
Party. You heard
Yeah.
listen to Party Life?
Yeah. Like the second part, I didn't really listen to a lot, but
Now,
yeah,
yeah, Party Life was dope. Party Life was one of those songs where you wished and stuff it would have been a little longer, but
mhm.
Party Life was different too. Kind of like the title, just like Hard Liquor, how it's related and stuff. But he's talking about like girls want to like party and have a good time. But once
Mhm.
again, he's crazy. He's giving you that church vibe on the party. Like it's dope, man. Like
Yeah, yeah. Then one more time. We
I
just we
didn't
just
really
yeah. Then
I
we
didn't
gonna
really
we just
listen to.
yeah. And we just gonna go through this next titles. Kind of speed it up
Okay,
because we almost going
okay,
on 2 hours. So
okay.
Let Go. Test Drive was good. I heard that one.
Test Drive. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that was a good vibe. Like the Weather.
that was good.
Yeah. Fact of Love.
Back to Love, definitely.
Yeah. Heaven Only Knows was good. I like that song.
Heaven Only Knows was man.
Yeah. Kind of go back to his old vibe on that
Right,
song.
right.
The Moon.
Very, very like creative. Like definitely a movie soundtrack vibe.
Yeah. Yeah,
The intro to that.
I like the Sonics on this album though. But
Uh huh.
I wish it was lesser songs on it though. Like So you
lesser songs.
so you can capture each song, you know.
Like he could have took like half of these songs and put it on another album, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. We go together now.
That was dope.
Yeah, I remember that song. Sunrise Serenade.
I listened to a little bit of it.
Yeah. Now
I'm a,
simple.
I'm a
Yeah. Now simple things was that was a
yeah.
good song. Yeah, I love the
Simple
video.
things.
Yeah.
That was a single too.
Yeah.
Simple things and humble pie.
Yeah. He started wearing that hat with the point.
Oh yeah.
But
he definitely he said this was his favorite album.
yeah. Yeah, cause it was. I guess it was true to his artistry that he really wanted to do. So
Right. Like it's crazy. Like I think this one, this is the one where he really had like complete control, and
yeah,
he wanted everything up there. It was like how he wanted it.
yeah, and just to sum up like his career, he always stayed true with who he is as an artist. He always
Yeah.
had like good messages in his music. It gave a storyline. He not just putting songs together and making an
Right.
album. And
He
I just want to do this review because we should appreciate his body of work that he's done through all these years, and people don't really
right.
give him a lot of recognition, for what he do, you know.
He definitely people who like grew up in like said we live we're Christians but we grew up like where like certain songs I couldn't listen to or artists.
Yeah.
He made it cool for like he made it like like this was like his songs is very uplifting, like his R&B songs is like darn near a gospel song, so he made it cool like for the people who couldn't listen to like the crazy the grown folk music. He definitely like, and even with this album right here, he still like dresses like even like benefits like and all of that in a way where like you can listen to it and understand it without him being explicit. He never sold out.
Yeah.
No, even when he feels like he don't get the recognition that he deserves and stuff, he still dedicated himself and is still true to his art and how he do things. So I'm grateful for that. That even though he don't get the recognition, he still commits to not being sold out, and that's what a true artistry is.
Oh, yeah. So that sums up that part. We're gonna go to the top 5 songs. So
okay.
From all his albums, because it's kind of hard to pick 5 out of those albums because all the songs,
man.
All the songs. I just thought about Someone. That was a good song too. So
I was thinking about that one.
So my number 5, I'm stuck between Someone now because that song was so good. So but I'm gonna stick with my number 5, Waiting Still. I think that was a good track. I know you said you haven't really heard that much.
Just really the girl loving you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta
yeah. So what's your number 5 song?
Number 5, sheesh. I really don't have an order, but I'm just gonna go with the first one. I'm gonna go with Love.
Love. Okay.
Love it's like it's simple but it's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It resonates with weddings and I mean just that title alone, man. So I mean, what more can you say? Love, like that's what everybody wants is love.
Mm-hmm.
And to make a gospel song out of it, God is love. So it's like he makes it in a way like people who even hate, who don't have love, he makes you want to daggone accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Love is my favorite. The top, my favorite.
So my number 4 is I might switch it. It was Who Knows. That was a song, but I'm gonna switch it to Don't Change. Don't Change was good.
Sheesh.
Don't Change. That was my number 4. So what's your fourth?
So Don't Change was gonna be one of mine, but since you said Don't Change, I'm a
You got the same one, number 4.
oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah,
But off that, yeah, Don't Change, man.
yeah. Don't
Don't
Change.
Change.
Yeah,
I'll probably listen to that song the most off that album.
yeah. Then my number 3 is Newness. That's one of my.
Okay.
I love the vibe.
Gosh, man.
I
You
love.
naming you naming the you naming something like
Well, we probably got a similar,
right,
similar vibe. Yeah,
right.
cause that
Dude, this
newness,
is
newness was so fresh when I heard it, and it
bro.
go from that scratch and then it goes straight to that song. That
And
was
you see having a conversation with this lady and she's talking back. And it's like, what? Like, who does that's dope to me.
yeah,
That's dope. Okay, so not to copy you, but yeah, Newness is number 3.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then
definitely.
number 2 is Just Friends for me. Just
Okay.
yeah. 'Cause I love that like introduced me to Musiq Soulchild, like his vibe,
Right.
his style, you
Right.
know. And it was so fresh at the moment. I was like, I never heard nothing like this type of music. And so Just Friends is my number 2. So
So Just Friends, definitely I love Just Friends. I did Just Friends one time at a talent show.
mhm.
Um, but I'm gonna go with because there's so many favorites, but I'm gonna go with Today.
Today. Okay. Today was
Today,
today I made a move. Yeah.
he's like yesterday's all gone, tomorrow's not promised to no one. I'm like, what? Who's like? He's like today.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. And it was
Anyway,
good. It was good him working with the underdogs because
yeah,
they're amazing songwriters as well. So
right,
that chemistry was magical.
right,
They probably would make a good album, a full album.
dude.
Yeah.
Imagine the underdog. Yeah, just that out. Oh my God, they would kill it.
Yeah. So my number 1, and I had to put this as number 1 because this song really made me a true Musiq Soulchild fan.
Uh-huh.
Love was that kind of embodies like his whole
It
uh,
does.
yeah, love, and the way it come in, and it's like real urban, and everybody loved it. Like I said, all the guys sung it at like talent shows and everything, and
Right.
then Trinity 5-7 switched it to a gospel song. And so it was that love is that's an incredible song. So that's my number 1. So what's your number 1?
I'm gonna just go with this because it resonates with me. Even though one night was probably like one of my favorites, but Half Crazy, man.
Half Crazy. That's a good
Half
one.
Crazy, man, is a vibe, man. This
He got so many.
Sheesh. We should have did a top 10.
I had to, it's hard though, but I wanted to make it kind of difficult.
Right.
Yeah. So top 3 albums.
Okay.
So my number 3 was kind of hard. I was stuck, but I'm gonna have to say, and I'm gonna switch it. I think Luvanmusiq was my 3rd favorite because it did have
Okay.
it had a mixture, and then he introduced working with new art songwriters like Neo and the
Uh-huh.
other folks. But I did pick Music and the Magic at first, but
Okay.
I'm switching it to Luvanmusiq because
Okay.
they introduced a new sound to him, and that's when he started working with Warren Campbell as well. So
Right.
that's my number 3. What's your number 3?
My number 3, because I had to do some changing too.
Yeah.
My number 3, is definitely Yeah, the first one. I had a chance to really listen to that. I know that was an album you was listening to, and because that's his first project, and I was listening to it, they say your first album is going to be your best album. I mean, fresh songs and stuff like that. I have to go with the first album.
Okay, number 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So my number 2 is Juslisen.
Come on, man.
Juslisen. I had to pick that number 2 because that really showed him that he can stay in the game and he's true to his artistry. Yeah. And plus, it really usually the second album really shows like what kind of artist you really are.
Right.
That was a great body of work. And I used to listen. I love the way the CD looked like a record player.
Yeah.
That look. Yeah. And then, what's your second album?
So, that one. Yes, and that's crazy because that was the first. You know what I'm saying? That was the first one that I heard before the first album. But definitely the second one. Because the second one to me was kind of like a sequel to the first album. It had the scratches, Girl Next Door remix, interlude, ballads.
Yeah.
You know, even I mean, just the concepts of the song. I always say like the first and second album, the second one is like a sequel to the first one.
Yeah. So that leads me to my number 1. I just want to sing was my favorite because it was really like the introduction to a new sound to my ear. And that was the first album I bought and I could play anywhere, and even religious people or whoever, everybody loved the album. The single cuts was classic, Love, 143, Just Friends.
So, that's crazy with how you said what that meant. Because I was trying to figure out like what did that mean?
Yeah.
But definitely. Did you say Love and Music was your third one?
Yeah, Love and Music.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your number 1?
Well, I was gonna say Soulstar, but right now, dang, Soulstar, I ain't gonna lie. But see, I like I'm feeling the last album. I'm not gonna lie, but still, Soulstar to me was still one of those like, dang, that's a tough one though. Because I listen to Now Feel the Real more than anything. But I'm gonna go with Soulstar.
Soulstar, okay.
Soulstar, man, was like definitely like it was like a musical, man. It was like a soundtrack.
Yeah. So I think we had a good review of the albums, his career. Like
yes, sir.
Said, he always been underrated, as an artist. And
yes, sir.
It's sad that, they don't let the most talented people, get the more recognition.
Right.
That's how labels are. They want artists to say certain things, but we just want to acknowledge, Musiq Soulchild.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
His music, what he contributed to the game. So I appreciate you being a guest on here. Man,
I appreciate it, bro. I really appreciate it, man. I mean, like we grew up listening to music, and just to have this conversation, and just to they say, give your roses while they're still alive, just to like celebrate this man. I mean, we haven't even. I mean, the dude had a Christmas album. He had unreleased songs or songs on YouTube. He got like a song called Alphabet. I mean, but just to pay homage and like you said and stuff.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, Alphabet. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like he even said in an interview, I put Alphabet. He was like, y'all remember these songs? And he had Good Girls too. Song called Good Girls. So yeah, man, I mean, definitely we gotta salute him because I mean he's still doing his thing, even though now he's have control over this last body of work, but to know that he's staying consistent in his message and not compromising. But yet he's not afraid to like talk about what's the trend, but he's not like doing it how mainstream wants it done. Like he's doing it the way he wants to do it, but he does it in a way where you still know this is Musiq Soulchild. So yeah, definitely respect to Musiq, man.
And it's crazy the way the artists feel themselves about their body work compared to their fans.
Yeah,
Because Musiq Soulchild, he did have times that he won't he didn't really like the direction labels wanted him to go.
right,
But I really love his music. His catalog was very classic. And when I went to his concert, when Don't Change came on, you know, you saw the couples holding each other, and it was like it was so beautiful, you know. And that video came on while he was singing it, and then he came out with Love. Everybody like it took you back to middle school, to
bro.
elementary. So it's amazing his career, you know, and people don't recognize, you know, those things.
Those are the songs, man, that you know when you listen to R&B ballads and stuff, songs you can play at cookouts and weddings and things, and like you said and stuff, like those songs where you can hold your girl.
Yeah,
It's amazing, and it's like generations will listen to this. Like this is the songs that when the other songs that talk about just crazy stuff that's just here 1 minute and gone the next.
yeah,
Musiq Soulchild is gonna be like in the vote with like the Luther Vandross, you know what I'm saying? The Commodores, those songs where like, wow, like this is a song for a lifetime. So
yeah. All
it's a
right.
blessing to be a part of that kind of history, man. Like real talk.
Yeah. So this was a great interview and a
Yeah,
great review of Musiq
yes,
Soul
sir.
discography. So appreciate you being a part of this. And
I appreciate you, bro. For real, like I appreciate it, man. Like I'm very honored to be a
yeah,
guest, man. Like on your show, bro. Real talk, man. Thank you,
yeah.
man.
And I might have to get you back for a tank review when I do the
All
tank.
right,
So
word.
I hope you have a blessed night. Stay safe
You
in
too, bro.
this Corona. It's funny when I went to this concert, it was like right before the Corona hit. So it was good that I got a chance to see him live, you know, perform.
Right.
So yeah, and so I hope you have a blessed night and stay
Hey,
safe.
you too, man. Yes,
I,
sir.
I'll holler at you.
All
All
right,
right,
bro. All right,
all right,
man.
all
All
right.
right.